Hello dear students, welcome back to the science class. Dear students, in the previous video class we have started with the fun with the magnets, and in that video you learnt the history of magnets, then what are magnets and the magnetic and non-magnetic materials and the examples of a magnetic and non-magnetic materials. Yes, today in this video we are going for the next concept, that is the poles of a magnet. Yes, this about the poles of magnet we are going to study in this video class. In every magnet there are two regions. How many regions are there in a magnet? There are total two regions are there, where its magnetic strength is maximum. These two regions or points of every magnet where its magnet strength is maximum are called poles of a magnet. Then what is the poles of a magnet? The two regions of points of every magnet where its magnetic strength is maximum. Yes, 2 points are there, two regions. First at the end it will be there. Okay, the two regions or points of every magnets where its magnetic strength is maximum are called poles of magnet. What is the poles of magnet means? You have to write this definition. Yes dear students, here there is a one activity. Let us see this activity. Spread some iron fillings on a sheet of a paper and roll over a bar magnet on them a few times. What do you observe? Iron fillings are clustered more at the two ends of the bar magnet than in its central part. Repeat the above activity with a horseshoe magnet. Dear students, this is which kind of magnet it is? It is one of the bar magnet. Again, in a magnets there are different types. Yes, the different shapes of magnets I have shown. Yes, this is a bar magnets, and if it is in a U shape, then it is a horseshoe magnet we call. This is a bar magnet. Yes, one second. Okay, this is a bar magnet and this is a horseshoe magnet it is. What you have to do in this activity, you have to spread some iron fillings. Take the first iron this bar magnet. Okay, just you fold it. Okay, the iron fillings will be attracted at the two ends here. Yes, this is one end, this is one end. The iron fillings will be attracted at these two ends, not in the middle part. Okay, in the same way, what you have to do, repeat this activity with the same for a horseshoe also. Correct? Repeat the above activity with the horseshoe magnets. What do you observe? Iron fillings are clustered more at the two ends of the horseshoe magnet than its central part. Whether in a central part the magnets are attracted? No, almost all the iron fillings are attracted at these two ends. So, magnetic strength is maximum at poles. Where the magnetic strength will be maximum? Magnetic strength will be maximum at the poles we say. Okay, what we are going to conclude from this activity is magnetic strength is maximum at the poles here. See, activity 2. This activity shows that attracting power of magnet is more at its two ends. These two ends of a poles of a magnets are different from each other. The two poles are different from each other. They are not same here. The earth also has the two poles, as you all know very well. Earth is having how many poles? It is having two poles. The two geographical poles of the earth are called its north pole and south pole. You all know earth is having a two pole, one is the north and one is the south pole. Likewise, the two poles of magnets are called its north pole and south pole. Same way, even what here, magnet is also having a two poles. How our earth is having a two poles, in the same way these magnets are also having a two poles. One is the north pole, here N they will represent. South pole they will represent it with a S. If you take any magnets, they will mention N and S there. N stands for north pole and S stands for south pole here. And the strength of a magnet will be more, where magnetic strength will be more, where maximum at the north pole and south pole only, not in the center. Okay, to know why magnetic poles are also known as the north pole and south pole, we'll see one activity here. Okay, tie a bar magnet with a string from the center and freely suspend it to a wooden stand. Okay, here they have shown like this. You have to take one bar magnet and you have to tie like this and you have to hang it out. Find out the direction in which it comes to the rest position. Just you tie and keep it for rest position. A bar magnet will come to rest in the geographical north-south direction. How our earth is there in a north and south direction, in the same way it will come here. Now rotate the bar magnet to the east and west direction. You know north and pole, north, south and in the pole you know. Same way east and west also you know. Just you rotate in that direction, east and west direction. Okay, in the geographical north and south direction. Now rotate the bar magnet to east and west direction and leave it. Does it again come to the rest in the north and south direction? Yes, it will come. When you rotate in the east and west direction also, again the bar magnet will come its north and south position only. Okay, a freely suspended bar magnet comes to rest in the same position. How in a north and south pole it was, in the same position it will come. Okay. This activity shows that the freely suspended bar magnets on Earth always aligns itself in a geographical north and south direction. The name of the two magnetic poles are assigned accordingly. The tip of the magnet that points to the geographical north is called its north pole. Okay, which is at the north position, that is north pole or the north seeking pole. While the tip of the magnet that points outward towards the geographical south is called a south pole. Okay, thus irrespective of the shape of magnets, every magnet has the two poles. See, every magnet is having how many poles? It is having a two poles. Whichever magnets it may be, all the magnets are having how many poles? Two poles. One is a north pole and one is a south pole. It is according to our earth itself. These poles are marked on a magnet as a capital letter N north and small capital letter S south pole on its two tips as shown in a figure. You can observe here poles of a magnet. This is the S they have mentioned here. This is a south pole and here they have mentioned capital letter N, that is a north pole. Okay, I think you have understood the north pole and south pole of a magnets. Identifying a direction using a poles of a magnet. North, east, west, south, nothing but NEWS, news, are the four directions used on earth for location identification. Yes, you all know very well these four, what here, locations, directions. These are the four directions. One is the north, south, west, east. These are the four directions of earth. In ancient times, people traveled great distances mostly by ships on the seas. Sailors watched the sun during the daytime and stars in the night to know the directions. What they used to do? In the daytime, they saw the sun. Sun comes means they told that in ancient people told that it is a daytime. If stars appears, then it is a night time. Like this they used to identify here, what here? Day and night. We know that sun appears to rise in the east and sets in the west. Yes, everyone knows that sun appears to rise in a east and sets in a west. If one stands facing the east, then north will be on his or her left side and south will be on the right side. During the night, one can see the pole star in sky, which is positioned exactly above the north pole of the earth to identify the direction. Yes, the position of the pole star can be easily identified with respect to Ursa Major constellation. Here they have given that Ursa Major constellation. According to this, the poles they will be identifying. Okay. However, the people came to know the direction property of a freely suspended magnet as early as discovery of the magnet. Based on this, they invented devices to identify the geographical directions. A magnetic compass is one such instrument. Yes, you all know very well about the magnetic compass. Even in your compass also the small one like this will be there. Magnetic compass we call for that one. A Chinese invented the compass thousands of years ago. Who invented this compass? The Chinese people have invented this compass thousands of years ago. The compass is a device which shows you which direction you are going in. Then what is the function of this compass? It will show the direction in which you are moving. It is used to find the direction on earth. Then what is the use of this compass? Okay, it is used to find the direction. It has a magnetized pointer which is pivoted inside a glass chamber and is free to rotate. It is having one, what it is having, one magnetized pointer is there. Okay, and this pointer will be moved according to the direction here. It will rotate. The magnetized pointer always sets towards the Earth's north-south direction. The tip of the pointer points towards the north and is marked with a some color here, that usually red color. Okay, next point you see here. At the base of the glass chamber is a dial with the 4 directions north, south, east, west marked on it. Note that the rotation of the glass chamber will not affect the position of the magnetized pointer. To know the directions wherever you may be on earth, you just need to place compass on a palm. Nothing but it should be on a base here. Okay, that base should be proper here. The pivoted magnetized pointer will come to rest along the north-south direction. Then rotate the dial on the compass to coincide the north marked on it with a magnetized pointer tip marked on the north here. Now the position of the direction marked on the dial will show the actual geographical conditions here. This is all about the magnetized compass, nothing but it will help us to know the directions here, in which directions we are going and on which direction we are on the earth, that it is the main, and it is having one magnetized pointer also. With the help of that we will come to know that in which direction we are moving here. This is the main function of the magnetized compass here. Dear students, in the next video class we will study again the further part of this chapter, that is making an artificial magnet, how the artificial magnets they are making, and attraction and repulsion between the magnets, and what are the precautions we have to take while handling the magnets. This in the next video class we will complete this chapter and I will send the question answers. Till that you have to study this lesson carefully. If you get any doubt you have to contact me, and whichever the important definitions, points I told, you write it in your one book and make a points and read daily these points. Okay, till that have a nice day, study well, take care, bye bye.